First of all, the palm leaves will arrive in everyone's life in the perfect moment. In order to support individuals and humanity as a whole to prepare for this transformation of consciousness, it's hopefully going to happen, in order to invite this new era onto this planet, which is more based on co-creation and the remembrance of the deep interconnectedness of all of existence. I was just soaking up all the information. I was connecting with many people working with the palm leaves, and I was connecting with different libraries to try out different readings, different readers, to see if there's someone that I can work more with. In the beginning, I was not so clear yet that this would become my full-time job, basically, to help people to find their palm leaf. It was just a very strong interest, and I wanted to learn more about it. And then step by step, I created a little bit of material to share it with friends. And then after a few months, I had made a decision, okay, I'm going to build a website. I'm going to create material. I'm going to start sharing about the palm leaves. And then organically, very quickly, it started to grow into this professional global organization that it has become now, wherein with a team all around the planet in many different languages, we are helping people to find their palm leaf, while we are also learning how to build kind of like organized professional structures to have a good foundation for this work as well.
And so you've developed a specific relationship with one particular library over time?
Actually, I worked with different libraries. First, I started to work with one, while I also connected with many others because I wanted to explore, learn more about. And then at some point, I reconnected with the same library that I had my own reading with. And it was immediately a very fitting connection. Like, I absolutely love to work with this library, with these people. They're all very genuine. It's great joy to work with them. And it's a very smooth relationship that we develop together as well.
From the calls I've moderated, I also really enjoy the connection, mostly with Shaba. It's the one I've spent most time with, but and very beautiful people. So in all the years I've known you, which is quite a few years, it's many, many years actually, I've always been impressed by this drive to bring the worlds of spirituality and business together, and to create working environments that are not only profitable and successful businesses, but are also nourishing spiritual environments for everyone that's been a part of them to learn and grow and develop in their own way. I'm curious about your vision, your inspiration in bringing these worlds together.
You mean the worlds of spirituality and business?
Yes.
Yes. That's a good question. So as My Palm Leaf, the organization My Palm Leaf, we have a very profound purpose that we also remind each other of in every team meeting. Every team meeting we start with a meditation in which we invoke the grace and blessings of the rishis and also dedicate our work to the benefit of all beings. Before we also spend a few minutes just sending love and blessings to everyone we work with and to all of our past, present, and future clients. This is the wording that we use in the meditation. So this is the foundation of our organization. At the same time, in order to make this sustainable, we are also learning how to be a functioning, sustainable, profitable organization that's able to pay salaries to each and every one of us in order to sustain our lives and fully dedicate ourselves to this work. This is something that I was learning in a practical way in different projects over the past years. So when I was 18 years old and still in high school, I actually had my first company. I was organizing bus trips for students. And I even sold this company after a few years. It was a success. I didn't even know what the company was at the time, but I just did it out of joy. And then when I went to India and spent my first few years in India, I had a totally different view. I saw oh, money is kind of evil and business is evil. It's just about profit, and spirituality is the only important thing in life. And we shouldn't think about money, we should only focus about spirituality. I had this like very young kind of, strong opinion, which has now changed very much. But I had to go through many different experiences to come to that place where I'm now, where I'm combining the intention of to create something meaningful with the intention to make it a sustainable organization. For example, when we first met 10 years ago in Peru, we were working in a meditation center together that I had just started there, and which was actually my very first project after my high school company. It was my first project, and my strategy to finance it was basically everything is free food for everyone who comes every day, free accommodation.
I remember.
And I thought like, yeah, money will come, God will just provide. Which even quite beautiful for a few months until everything totally collapsed and we couldn't pay the rent anymore. Also, I collapsed because I was kind of heartbroken and very stressed
I also remember.
Yes, it was a hard lesson. This was the first time I realized, oh, I need to learn about business. I need to learn how to make things sustainable. And then another experience I had when I went to see the spiritual teacher, Amma, very beautiful teacher. It's a very realized being. It's a woman who hugs thousands and thousands of people in one day. It's like a transmission of love and healing that's coming through her hugs. And in one of these events, it was in Vienna, I think in Austria, I could also ask her a question, and I asked something about teaching meditation. And her answer was very different. Her answer was like, you need to learn how to make money. That was her response. And it was kind of a wake-up call. I was like, oh, yeah, actually, I'm totally neglecting this part of my life. Because I also had this impression of like, oh, money is bad. Kind of, I thought it's distracting from the reason of our life that I thought is to realize ourselves, to open our heart. And then step by step, through many projects, I learned how to make things sustainable. And I think that, especially in a spiritual environment, sometimes we have this view of business and money as that it's something that doesn't come from the heart. And I think this is very dangerous and wrong, because the effect is that most of the money in this world stays with people who are not acting from a pure intention, who are not acting from the heart, while those who do often don't have enough resources to create new structures in this world. And I believe that we need to change our reality on multiple levels. On the level of consciousness, on the level of the heart, it's very important that we as humanity learn how to awaken our heart, how to remember this deep interconnection of all of existence, but then to also bring it into new structures that operate from a different place, that operate from this place of co-creating a new world. And I see businesses and organizations as a very fundamental aspect of that, because they are the tools that can shape and create society on the surface. Mm-hmm. And also, it's very important that the people who dedicate themselves to that work can do this with all of their energy. And I'm very grateful that the wonderful team we have, that we can dedicate ourselves to this work. And also a little disclaimer, I think our entire team earns less than the minimum salary in Europe. Every one of us. So a little disclaimer, it's important. But because we are a European minimum salary, I must say, because we are working in different countries. But because there's a deep sense of purpose in our work, it's very, very fulfilling for all of us. And as my Palm Leaf, we have the intention to create the most professional, most complete, most ideal service that we can give to people who are searching for their Palm Leaf for the most affordable price at the same time. So, for example, to search and read a Palm Leaf in English at the moment costs 190 euro. We probably need to raise that soon. It's very tight always. And this might sound a lot, especially for people who are not living in a Western country. But for example, in a developing country, 190 euro can be quite a lot of money. But for the amount of work that goes into each reading, this is actually not very much, because more than 20 work hours are put and invested into each reading. So our intention as My Palm Leaf is to provide the most complete, the most professional, the most loving service for those people searching for their palm leaf for the most affordable price, and at the same time to be sustainable as an organization. I hope this answered some of your questions.
This and my next question, actually. I was going to ask you about the vision of My Palm Leaf and your vision moving forwards, growing and developing.
Yes, so our core service, as I just mentioned, is to make the palm leaves as accessible as possible for everyone searching for them, and to make the entire process as understandable and as easy for everyone. And also to develop kind of a pool of information, kind of to create content, that's going to be your role, to explain more about the palm leaves, about the rishis, and about all these spiritual sciences behind it, in order to support individuals and humanity as a whole to prepare for this transformation of consciousness that's hopefully going to happen, in order to invite this new era onto this planet, which is more based on co-creation and the remembrance of the deep interconnectedness of all of existence. And we do this through the palm leaf readings, through different services around that, and also through side projects that we are slowly developing, like the content creation, but also now we're starting to organize pilgrimages to India to visit many of these temples and sacred sites that are also very much related to the palm leaves, for those people who are interested in these as well.
Thank you, Stefan, for sharing in such detail and such transparency also the workings of My Palm Leaf, the vision. A final question to close us out. If somebody is just hearing about the palm leaves for the first time, and they're curious now about getting a reading, what would be the steps that they could take?
Yes, so first of all, the palm leaves will arrive in everyone's life in the perfect moment. So it's already written when someone will come and search for the leaf and read the leaf as well. So usually there's a very strong impulse when the time is ready for us to find our leaf. And my recommendation is to listen to that impulse. You will know when it's the right moment, and to follow that impulse. And when you feel it now is the right moment, then you're very welcome to contact us, to go on mypalmleaf.com and book the reading. And then you will receive an email from us asking you to please send us your thumbprint. And then based on your thumbprint pattern, bundles of palm leaves will be chosen. And then in a video call with the palm leaf reader, a translator and a moderator from us, we'll go through these bundles and hopefully identify your leaf. And then there will be the reading of the palm leaf online. I also want to say that there are many organizations doing great work helping people to find their palm leaf. And I want to recommend you also to do some research and to have a look at different organizations and to choose the one which is the right one for you. Actually, I don't see them as our competitors. I see them as our colleagues. We're all on the same mission, working with the palm leaves, helping people to find their palm leaf. And there's also like a karmic connection. You will know who's the right person to help you to find your palm leaf. Maybe it's us from My Palm Leaf, maybe it's someone else. Follow your intuition, and the palm leaf will guide you in the most magical way so that you can find it, or that your palm leaf can find you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that's a wrap for today. Thank you, Stefan, for taking the time to join us, and thank all of you for watching.
Thank you very much, Kyle, and welcome to the team. Namaste.
Namaste.